Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run, where we take two random characters, combine them using the GMO mod, grab a random weapon, and try to beat Danger 5 with it. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see what we've got, and of course we're using the wheel, since the random button doesn't work in this mod. So, let's see what the wheel comes up with for us. We've got... Is it Curious or Builder? Alright, the Curious. Always a fun character, trying to collect as many loot crates as possible, of course. One of my favorite things in this game. And we have... Ooh, okay, Curious with Explorer. That's a really interesting combination. Depending on what weapon we get, that could be a lot of income. So I guess we're going to have to figure out exactly how this is going to work, but we should at least get a lot of boxes. So we'll take the Curious and the Explorer and roll our random weapon, and we've got rocks. Okay, not exactly what I was hoping for. Not great at killing the loot aliens, and slow movement speed, so it's going to mean that we will struggle to get from tree to tree. But we did start with 2 crates there. So, I don't know, the extra enemy move speed... Okay, nice. We were able to kill that loot alien. If I manually target the second one... Okay, well, we still got 4 boxes, so I certainly can't say I'm disappointed there. Let's go ahead and recycle the lens. We don't have any use for ranged damage. Lowering my luck is pretty bad, because we want to have high luck. Of course, as the Explorer, you want lots of luck in order to generate crates. On the other hand, regen is going to be pretty important, I think, so I'll take the mushroom here. I'll recycle the bat with a slow attacking weapon like rock. You definitely don't want to worry about lifesteal. And we'll take a small fish to try to one-shot those enemies. I'm going to pick up 5 harvesting here and then reroll. Also, just to remind you what the characters do. So, the Curious is going to give us additional loot aliens every wave, but we're going to lose damage for every duplicate item or weapon we have, and enemies have additional health. The Explorer means that we have minus 40% starting damage, so since I'm going to stick with 6 rocks, we are going to have minus 90% damage that we have to deal with. Drops fewer materials from enemies, but gets us extra movement speed and a lot more trees, which is where our income is going to come from. Definitely going to buy the fertilizer here, because getting that early harvesting is going to be really good, but we need to roll for some rocks here. Okay, I'll lock coffee and lost duck. Of course, I'm allowed to lock items. I'm recording this right after my gangster challenge, so I'm used to not being able to lock items, but the coffee and the lost duck are both excellent, and then we're going to roll here and lock another rock. So I'm going to have to fix my percent damage very soon, or we're never going to be able to kill the loot aliens. But at least we are able to kill the trees, and hopefully get some crates out of those. Taking a lot of hits here. I was trying to DPS down the loot aliens. I'm going to run over here and just kill these trees, I think. I think we're not going to be able to get too many loot alien kills until I've managed to get a few more points in percent damage, because of course we're going to be reducing that. I'm going to recycle the alien worm. I do want HP and regen, but of course a ton of our healing is going to come from killing trees and picking up consumables, and then we'll take 8% damage here, and we'll pick up 5 harvesting, grab another rock, and then roll, pick up another rock, and another one. Roll one more time. I could take the coffee. Additional attack speed is going to be really important, but I think I'm going to roll to try to level up our rocks, because I definitely need to combine some of these items so we're not taking the maximum penalty from the Curious. So let's go to minus 60% damage with 4 weapons. I think that is going to be a reasonable middle ground where we can maybe still kill stuff, but also are still progressing our weapon set. Kind of forgot that the Curious comes with a huge damage penalty, and the Explorer does as well, which is going to be really interesting to play around. I'd love to kill one of these loot aliens this wave, so I'm going to chase it around, but if we don't get it, this... Okay, nice. I got it, and I got 2 crates from it, and we did get a bag out of one of those crates, so that was awesome. It definitely wasn't worth chasing that loot alien around, though, because I could have killed like 5 trees in that time, but the bag and the weird food and duct tape is also very good, so very happy to pick that up as well. We'll take 2 armor here. And then I had to briefly pause to avoid annihilating your eardrums with the power of the dad sneeze. We're going to pick up coffee and lost duck here. Duct tape we don't want. We don't have, because this is the GMO mod, we don't have the icon that tells us that we'd be duplicating an item. So I need to be pretty careful with what items I buy here to avoid duplicating them. I'll definitely take a landmines that can kill trees for us because we have a lumberjack shirt, and Peaceful Bee is probably worth getting as well. I'll re-roll one more time here to try to find another rock. Whistle we're gonna pass on. We already get 2 loot alien spawns every wave, and we're already struggling to kill them, so no need to increase their movement speed even further. The extra enemy move speed on the Explorer is really hurting us here. I also put a fair bit of damage on this loot alien, the one that we're chasing right now, and didn't kill it, so... Any chance we get it before the end of the wave? No, so we'll try to kill that tree. Only got 2 crates that wave. Definitely starting to struggle. I'm going to recycle the insanity here because we need to boost our percent damage, and Black Belt does cost me luck, which is very painful. And the XP gain is less valuable for the curious because we get natural XP gain, but increasing our melee damage I think is really important, so I am going to take that. And then I could roll here for percent damage. That is probably the most important stat, although attack speed is also really good, so I think I'm just going to take the attack speed, and then I actually might take 1% or a level 1% damage over 8 harvesting here, because if we can't kill the loot aliens, we're going to fall behind really fast. Buy these 2 items and then roll. Definitely take a propeller hat. We'll take a rock and a plant. None of those are going to reduce my damage, I don't believe. Yeah, I don't think I have any duplicates yet. Everyone's homework, of course, is tell me how many times I accidentally duplicate items in this run. Minus 71% damage, so these do 10 and 6 respectively. I don't think we can deal with, so we're going to combine down to 4 rocks again. Finding that early bag was obviously incredible. This character is going to be generating a lot of crates, hopefully, if all is going well. Where are our trees? There's one. So I'm going to try to get at least 1 loot alien kill each wave if possible. Although this wave, there's a decent chance that it gets buffed. Fortunately, we got it before that happened. I'm not going to worry about killing the other one. I'm just going to focus on taking out trees here. And it did also get buffed as well. But actually very good income because we have the bag, so we got 60 more materials than you normally would. Definitely taking the hedgehog to increase our damage output and another landmines. Snake I could pick up if we find a scared sausage and a pocket factory. Then having the snake could be pretty helpful, but that's a lot of ifs, so I think I'm just going to recycle it. We'll take a defective steroids here, and then let's just pick up 10 luck to make it more likely that we drop crates. I can't take propeller hat or weird food. We have one of each of those already. Fertilizer, similarly, I can't buy, or duct tape, but we'll take the leather vest. I'm gonna roll here. We've already got a hedgehog. This is really going to put me under a lot of pressure to remember what items I've bought. Plant, we've bought. Claw Tree and Lemonade, we have not. So we're going to pick up both of those. And then I'll do one more reroll here, and we'll lock a rock. Peaceful Bee, I haven't. Terrified Onion. Losing luck is really bad, but I really need to increase my move speed, so I will take the Terrified Onion. Did I accidentally duplicate an item? We lost a lot of percent damage somehow. Oh, the landmines, of course. Obviously, should have been paying attention to that, so that cost me 10% damage. Big mistake there. Let's combine down to minus 71%, I guess. This is a really funny combination. I'm actually really enjoying the trying to remember which items we've bought and which we haven't. I even knew that we had 2 landmines, I just didn't focus on the fact that that would cost me percent damage. Of course, when you're playing these brand new combinations, it can be hard to keep track of what you should be paying attention to. Obviously, we would love a pocket factory. That would be the best item we could find here. I'm not going to be able to kill any of these loot aliens, but we did still make okay money. We already have a weird food, so we're going to recycle that. Mastery is great. We definitely need more melee damage, and then percent damage, super, super important. Here I'm going to take 4 regen to make sure that I can continue to stay alive. Take the rock and terrified onion. Dynamite does work with the double landmine that I accidentally bought, but I still think we don't need it. Let's re-roll that. Take a corrupted shard. Medical turret, I'm going to pass on. Celery tea. So this will definitely cost me... We won't be able to kill any loot aliens next wave if I buy the celery tea. But other than that, killing stuff isn't that important. So I think I will take celery tea, and we'll take the helmet and lock the scared sausage. And then do a reroll here, and again, I'm going to combine. I'm going to lock these 2 items. I actually have +3 consumable heal, so I'm going to lock the alien worm as well. Of course, buying unique items on the Curious is nice because it gives you additional XP gain, so we do have that going for us. I'm going to need to pick up more rocks pretty soon, because 4 weapons is obviously not sustainable in the long term, but making sure that we can still kill some stuff, I think, is going to be pretty important. Running from tree to tree for now. The healer alien is making it very hard for me to actually get any kills this wave. So we're starting to really fall behind in terms of income, but we knew that would happen when we bought the celery tea. I did pass a spicy sauce, and maybe that would have been a good pickup, because we do, of course, drop a lot of consumables, so the spicy sauce could help put some damage on enemies. I'm going to take the goat skull here, and then 12% more damage, trying to fix our percentage damage, very important. I'm going to take the scared sausage. This is mostly for if we find a pocket factory. And then let's buy these items. I'll do a reroll, and we'll lock a rock here. Cute monkey is a great way to heal as well, so we'll lock that also. Alright, so this wave, we can probably try to kill a loot alien this wave, because we don't have the... increased enemy health. Of course, loot aliens are stronger. Not as much as they normally are on the Curious, because we haven't killed that many, but still stronger. Killing these trees, got that one. Need to get more tree kills. I would love to pick up anything that would let me kill trees across the map would be really good, because right now we're just struggling to actually get to the trees. My move speed is really low, which is making it harder. Okay, I'm taking a lot of hits here, so I need to run away, pick up that consumable, take that last hit, and then at least we survived that wave. Sharp Bullet. I wish I could take this, because it would be really good if we do find Pocket Factory, but we haven't found Pocket Factory, and losing percent damage, I think, is just too dangerous. Glass Cannon, I will definitely take. Obviously, still need to fix my armor, or improve my armor, but 25% damage, much too good to pass up on. Reroll here, I feel like we can do better than a level 1 upgrade, and we'll take 5 luck. And buy the rock going down to minus 25% damage. As soon as I get my percent damage to positive, we'll be in really good shape. Lock this compass and then roll again and take a muscly dude and a saltwater. All of these are totally reasonable things to pick up. Compass is going to be really nice. Just anything that increases my movement speed is really important for this character right now. Alright, can we get this loot alien kill? If I get even 1 per wave, I'm feeling like we're in very good shape. I might try to get the second one because it spawned right on top of me there. It's going to take a lot of hits running towards it, but that's okay. I don't mind taking a little bit of damage just to move across the map more efficiently. I don't know that I'm going to be able to kill the second loot alien, though, just because of... it ran through a big group of enemies where I couldn't really follow it. But maybe we can get a couple attacks on it. Yeah, got it. The fact that it spawned under me, so I got to hit it a million times right as soon as it spawned, really helped us there. And then we're just kind of running away and trying to break as many trees as we can. Okay, so this is a propeller hat, but we've already got one. A cursed propeller hat would be really nice, but I cannot afford to lose 10% damage. Bag, on the other hand, I will lose 10% damage for. Obviously, this is an absurd amount of additional money. We'll take the piggy bank, and I'll take the eye surgery. Doesn't really do anything for us right now, but maybe it will if we end up investing more into elemental damage. Reroll here, and then I'll take 10 luck. And then we'll pick up compass, baby squid. I guess we can buy everything, so we will. Take the tree and the treasure map. Bandana, again, would work very well if I found Pocket Factory, which would, of course, be an amazing find for us. But losing 10% damage is a huge cost, so we're not going to do that currently. Definitely need to get a 6th rock here. Gonna try to kill that loot alien. The other one went down to the bottom left of the map somewhere. There it is. And I will try to kill that one as well. I just wanted to clear out the trees that had spawned over on that side of the map before I ran off to the other side. I can run into those groups of enemies and do okay. Because we have the cute monkeys, so when I kill a bunch of enemies, even at minus 50% material drops, they do still drop materials, and then the cute monkey gives me a reasonable burst of healing. And we were lucky enough to get good consumable healing boosts from the weird food and the lemonade. Okay, we're not going to buy a 3rd landmines. I've learned my lesson this time. Baby elephant will take. Plant, we have one. Weird food, we have one. And then here, I've got 57 HP. I could roll for percent damage, but I think actually buying dodge is one of the ways that I'm going to increase my survivability the most. So I'm going to take the 9 dodge there, and then we'll take 12% damage. Buy tree and the treasure map. We will buy a rock, going to minus 21% damage. Definitely could be worse. Rock has high base critical chance, so even though I've decreased my crit chance a little bit, tentacle is still going to be pretty good. Again, just more ways to heal. Boxing glove for +1 melee damage. Increasing our knockback is actually very bad for this character because it's going to knock the loot aliens further away, and rock already has high knockback, so I'm going to pass on the boxing glove. I will take an incendiary turret. I'll take a rock. I've got 2 landmines and an incendiary turret, so I think I will buy the pencil. It does cost me 2 stats we care about, but this is a little bit more of a speculative pick, and it also gives me more XP gain because we're the curious. Black flag, obviously I'm buying the crown. I'll take the alien eyes as well. It's a good way to break trees. Black flag is a great way to make money, but could put us under a lot of pressure and make it harder to kill the loot aliens. I'm going to take it just because I think this is a good time to get maximum greedy in this run, but if you were strictly trying to win this run, I think you wouldn't buy the black flag there, because this character actually doesn't need more economy. And it will make it harder to kill loot aliens, to survive elites, and so on. You can see already we are struggling a little to survive just because I have low attack speed and still don't one-shot everything, which with rock, a very slow attacking weapon, if you're not one-shotting everything, you will just take hits. So the black flag is going to put us under more pressure. This is also a healer wave, unfortunately. So it's harder for me to kill loot aliens this wave. So I think I'm going to give up on the second one and just go break trees. And then run into that group of enemies there. Still made 400 materials. I'm definitely taking the bone dice. This is a great way to increase our percent damage without having to buy items. And I'll take the blood leech as well. Our harvesting is fine. I need to boost my regen, so we'll take the blood leech. Butterfly, I guess I'll take. I'm not going to really use the lifesteal, but it's a unique item for the curious, and the lifesteal does help. Take the feather because I need to boost my dodge, and then I really want the luck, but do I need the move speed more? There's a world where it's better to just take 6% speed so we can move from tree to tree faster, but I think I'm going to take 15 luck here. Buy all of these items and then do a reroll. Jerky is amazing. Blood Leech, we already have one, so we don't want to duplicate any items with the Curious. Other than the one that we did on purpose with the bag, obviously, are rocks, and the one I did by accident with the landmines. So you can see here, having more cursed enemies on the field and just increased enemy health and damage is pretty dangerous for this character. My healing is not yet good enough to just tank every point of incoming damage. So the Black Flag is a little bit risky, but it's going to give us a lot of money. So we should hopefully be able to overcome the downsides of it pretty fast. This is also a horde wave, so obviously we're getting a little more overwhelmed than we will on other waves because we're fighting a horde of enemies. Maybe try to kill one loot alien here. I'm not going to be able to get to a bunch of other trees. Nah, it ran away, so... definitely a bad wave for us, but that's okay. Treasure map. This is a tempting item to spend 10% damage on, because it is a huge amount of additional items. I think I'm going to. Snowball. We probably will not be buying any elemental damage. I do have a scared sausage. So, you know what? We'll take the snowball just for fun. I don't think that that's a good pickup, but it is a fun one. I'm going to recycle the bat here, and then we'll take 3 regen and 2 armor. Take the jerky for sure, and then roll. Bandana we still have no use for, but we'll take a bowler hat and then roll again. And mushroom I already have. So one more reroll here. We'll go ahead and combine and buy another rock. Alright, so I definitely need more move speed. I think that's the thing I'm most in need of right now, actually. Move speed and regeneration, of course. This cursed blobfish that got buffed just has so much health. I was trying to break it to get more curse aliens to spawn, but it got buffed and then it was cursed, so it just had infinite health. Try to kill one loot alien here while I'm running around trying to beat up trees. It's this one that I've been working on slowly. But still didn't get it. And it's still just in the middle of all the enemies. Okay, we finally got that one. The other one got buffed, so we can't kill it. Try to break some trees here. This is such a weird character combination where I'm just taking infinite damage, but just running around killing trees. Yeah, there's no chance we... Even though, obviously, attack speed is a pretty high value pickup for us, there's no chance we get faster than the ball and chain minimum. Leather vest we already have. I'll take a lure. We're definitely not going to be able to kill those loot aliens, but lure, of course, is still good. Definitely need move speed. Fried rice goes very well with our scared sausage. Fuel tank. I have a snowball. You know what? Let's take the fuel tank, and I'll take a mirror. Mirror does duplicate items, so it will cost me 10% damage here, depending on what we pick up. So what we're going to do is grab the double coil, because if I get enough knockback, and this will give me plus 10 knockback. The minus 10 from having a duplicate curious item. So this actually worked out very well. The minus 10 damage here will be offset because the coils are going to still be increasing our damage. So we actually gained a ton of damage there. It did boost my knockback a lot, which I don't love because it's going to make it much harder to kill loot aliens. But I think that that's worth it. And now we can buy knockback and have that actually scale our damage output significantly. Pass on the goat skull here, of course. So curious, we're at minus 90, but again, those last two were a treasure map and double coil, so those were on purpose. Definitely need to boost my dodge as well. That's one of the ways we can increase our survivability a lot. All right, so we're gonna just run around punching this loot alien. The knockback that we have is so high, it's going to be really hard to kill it. But as long as I can consistently put damage on them, we should be able to get one. Okay, that one got buffed, unfortunately. I think that was the one I was trying to damage as well. So we'll try to bully this one into a corner if I can, using this knockback. Aw, come on! The enemies on the buffing aliens on this map only buff one unit at a time. So out of the, like, 150 units on the field, they chose all the loot aliens to buff. Alright, well, still got 3 crates from trees. I'll take the cog, because it does cost me 4% damage, but gives me 2% damage back, and the engineering can be relevant. Clockwork Wasp is very good. Lens will recycle. Another treasure map? Sure. I'm going to keep treasure mapping. I'll take 15 luck here. Another item I would really love would be Pearl. That's another one that you can buy duplicates of and still have it be good on the Curious. I'll take the rock and the scarf. Injection, we don't have one. Sunglasses, probably worth buying as well. Even though this only crits for 1.5x, we have a tentacle, so sunglasses has a little more value there. We'll buy a cyber ball and lock a rock. Double crates right off the first 2 trees. That's a good omen for this wave. I would love a hunting trophy as well. Where are loot aliens? Because I have such high knockback, I need to be following those around very aggressively. Oh, and I guess we have the extra move speed on enemies this wave as well, so it's going to be much harder to kill them. But I should be able to get one, I think. Come on, get back here. Alright, we got one. That's all that I'm going to really worry about. I'm going to focus the rest of my attention on breaking trees. If I had a pocket factory, then the trees would be killing each other, so I wouldn't have to worry as much about running around myself breaking them. So pocket factory helps a lot for this character just in general. We cannot take Triangle of Power. We're always going to be taking damage, but I'll take a garden here. Peaceful BM recycling because we have one. Wheelbarrow, I guess I'll take that. Gentle Alien, we don't have one. You can actually see that. Scarf we do. Compass we do. Take 4 regen here. I wish I could buy a second Clockwork Wasp, but we cannot. Incendiary Turret, Sunglasses. I don't have an Insanity, so I will take that. Cursed Recycling Machine, that's amazing. Obviously incredible for this character that's dropping so many crates. Gummy Berserker, I actually don't hate increasing our range, and attack speed's really valuable. Losing armor, of course, is very bad, but this character does need boosts to those things, and we'll take focus here. I've got a small fish already, I have an injection already, so don't need any of those. Broke those guys' house. Alright, there's a loot alien. Gonna try to punch it into a corner if I can. Taking infinite damage, though. Yeah, trying to kill these things with high knockback is so challenging, actually. I'm really not worried too much about my movement and how much damage I'm taking from enemies, because we've got quite good healing. But thanks to Jerky and just being the explorer, there's always consumables on the ground, and Jerky gives us just massive healing from those. Another landmines, we're going to, again, recycle. I'll recycle the acid here. Cauldron I'll take for sure. Turret, we don't have one. Book, we don't have one. Wings, perfect. I really want more move speed, and range isn't bad either. Here, I'm going to take more percent damage. I need to keep boosting my percent damage. We've actually gotten it to positive, but it's very easy for me to accidentally buy an item that reduces it by 10, so I need to increase it, as in fact I just did by buying the tree. So there's one more accidental duplicate. So I need to keep boosting my percent damage in order to hedge against that possibility, or probability. I'll take the dynamite now, and then I'm going to roll. We have a helmet. Power generator is great, so I'm going to pick that up, and then I'm going to roll here. We'll buy a rock. Strange book, sure, I'll take the strange book. It's a unique item. Currently not doing anything for us, but we will probably buy more elemental damage because we have a snowball and everything. Mastery, I've already got one, right? Pretty sure we already have a mastery. I don't see it. I'm sure I'm scrolling past it. Okay, there it is. I found it. There. So I did remember correctly and not buy that item. As always with these explorer builds, if only we had Pocket Factory. I was able to just flatten that loot alien pretty quickly, though, so that was satisfying. Maybe we actually get 2 this wave for, I think, the first time ever. Come on, get back here. Nice. All right, almost got that tree as well, but I'll take a boiling water, increase my elemental damage. I'll take a schmoop just for the regen. Mastery, we're recycling. Medical turret, I don't really need. Beanie, we've already got. Decomposing flesh, we don't need. And another boiling water and another peaceful bee, not so much. But a fish hook we'll take. Here, I'm going to grab 12% dodge. Getting up to 30% dodge is pretty nice. And then we'll take more regeneration. I don't have a fin. I do, of course, have a bag already. Or have 2 bags already, but I'm still going to take one. It's just such a huge increase to our damage, to our economy. We'll take a strange book. I'll roll. I can keep upgrading my rocks here. I don't think I have a charcoal yet, so I'll take that. A roll here. A hunting trophy. We don't have a rock I can pick up. A scar. I actually don't believe I have a scar yet. I don't know that it matters that much. Vigilante ring is a little bit too late here. So I think I'm going to pass on Scar and Vigilante Ring. Coupon, we've already got one. Lost Duck, we've already got one. I'm going to roll a little bit and see if I can find a Pocket Factory, because that's what I really want. Starfish is a little bit too dangerous, I think, at this point, so I'm going to pass on that. Alright, I still don't think we have... I guess we can probably kill this elite. Our damage is right on the edge of being able to kill it comfortably, but our defensive stats are very good, so we should be able to focus it down without being in too much danger, I think. The classic rock scenario. So I do need to back off it just a little bit and pick up some consumables. Run over here to the garden, then we get tons of free healing as well. Break a couple trees. The thing is, it's actually not even worth it to focus on killing this elite, because it costs me so many tree kills and loot alien kills, but it is more fun when you can kill the elite, so go ahead and do that. My attack speed is not high enough that we were able to kill that tree. I'm going to recycle the second scared sausage. Kraken's Eye, I'll definitely take. Another lure, I have to recycle. Another blood leech we're recycling, but I'll take 5 regen here. Still don't need a vigilante ring. I guess I'll take the snake now, though. There's the Pocket Factory. So very happy with that. We don't have a dangerous bunny, so I'll take that. And I'll probably play a few waves of endless mode because we got the Pocket Factory, and that's just fun. Stone Skin, I'm going to pass on. I just don't need more HP. Wolf Helmet, on the other hand, pretty nice given the Pocket Factory that we just picked up. And the fact that we have a strange book and everything. Roll here. I'll take an alien tongue. We don't have one. And more knockback is, of course, good. And then a Greek fire. That'll help me potentially kill the bosses. I've already got a poisonous tonic. So I'm just going to roll here. Take a regen potion and a blindfold and an ice cube. A bunch of great unique items. And we have a fish hook. So there's a chance that we get at least one of those cursed. But now we've got Pocket Factory, so everything got much more exciting. Aw, come on! Every time they buff the loot alien. Alright, we'll kill this one that's not buffed before the game betrays me yet again. I could definitely use piercing shots. That would make these Pocket Factory turrets significantly better. But as is, they're already just doing a lot of damage, so pretty happy with them. Made 1,000 materials this wave as well. I already have a Spyglass because we're the Curious, so I could take the second Spyglass. I think I would take it if it was cursed, even at the cost of 10% damage, but I'm just going to recycle it here. Recycling a bunch of stuff. We'll definitely take a nail. That's a really nice one. And we'll take padding. Book we've already got. Eye surgery we've already got. And then let's take 2 armor here, and I'll do a reroll, and attack speed is exactly what we need. Okay, nice. We got the regen potion cursed. And then I am just going to buy all of these things. And I'll take a lantern. That's another unique item. I've got a fuel tank already, so I'm just going to roll past all this stuff. Wheat is a unique item, but I'm going to roll past it anyways. Take a rock, roll again. Rip and Tear is a fun one to pick up as well. The rest of these we have already. I'm going to do, like, a few waves of Endless Mode just to enjoy the Pocket Factory Explorer combination, because it's just so satisfying when these start chaining into more and more enemy kills. And then I need to keep the bosses lit on fire, if possible. So our Greek fire can do the most possible damage to them. Of course, having more Pocket Factory turret means that they'll stay on fire much more easily because our Pocket Factory can apply the Scared Sausage fire and light everything. I probably will buy duplicate Scared Sausages now as well. I think we're at the point where losing 10% damage for the higher chance of applying the fire is actually very much worth it. Oh, can we get... Oh, nice. That loot alien actually died by itself to my Pocket Factory turrets, which do hit quite hard. We have very high engineering. So even though they're not individually dealing tons of damage, when they deal 37 damage every single attack, and there's 50 of them on the field, that adds up. And that's a lot of crates. White flag, of course, we're recycling. Scarf, I've already got one. Potato we'll take, though. Book, snake, community support. I'll take this. The additional attack speed is good, although we're going to be reaching the point where enemies are just not staying on the field enough to make community support good. Fairy, Cursed Fairy is excellent here. We're up to 145 regen. I'll take a pumpkin in case I find piercing shots, and a lucky coin we will take as well. Riposte, sure, I'm going to be building dodge, and then we'll recycle that, and I'll take 20% attack speed, and 2 more armor. I'm going to buy the Rip and Tear and the Rock, and then we'll roll here. Octopus, we don't have one yet, but it's also not that exciting for us. The regen is okay, but we have 150 regen already, so I don't think we really need that. I'll take Barnacle, Campfire, and I guess we'll buy a rock here. And then I'll sell and buy a rock. A tractor we don't need. There's the level 1 rock. Now I'll take a starfish, again, just for fun, and then I'm going to roll again. A second hunting trophy, is that worth... I'll always buy the cape here. Is a second hunting trophy worth spending 10% damage on? You know what, let's live a little. Another eye surgery I may also take as well. So we're at the point where we're going to start buying stuff on purpose that decreases our percent damage. Especially if I get a bunch of vigilante rings, then those will increase our percent damage for us. Or pearls. We won't have to worry about our damage as much. Hit the loot alien once and it just got absolutely hammered across the map because our knockback is so high. I would love an improved tools. That's one of the things that we could find that would be the best. We could find any form of piercing shots to go with our pumpkin and with all of our Pocket Factory turrets. Would be amazing as well, of course. I'd probably sacrifice 10% damage in order to pick up more. I'll take this because we've got a double coil. Take a vigilante ring, and duct tape will recycle. Eye patch will recycle. Actually, I could have taken the eye patch because I think that does work with the pile of books. Recycle the coupon here, and then we'll take 8% dodge, and sure, some crit chance. Take another vigilante ring. So this, of course, is going to cost me 10% damage, but after a few waves, it won't. And then here we'll spend 10% damage as well. All right, there's the sharp bullet that we were hoping for, and then we're going to roll. Take a sunken bell, and you know what? We'll take an Excalibur, especially if it gets cursed. That'll be pretty fun. We'll lose a bunch of armor, but that's okay. Beanie, I definitely have one. Yeah, we do have one, and we have a wolf helmet as well. Not worth losing 10% damage for either of those. Seashell, unfortunately, doesn't work with turrets, so no point in picking that up. Alright, where are the bosses? Let's get them lit on fire if we can. Though, of course, I need to start the Pocket Factory chain as well. The more turrets you get early, the more likely future trees are to just be turned into turrets immediately. Bully that elite, and then do a quick circuit just to make sure I've got Pocket Factory turrets everywhere, and then I'm going to go finish this elite. I'll focus the elite while my turrets take care of everything else on the field. Oh, this one spawned right at the end. Can we get it? Nice. Look at that absurd number of crates. The fairy is also nice because it tells me when I don't have a level 1 item. I'll take a whistle now. We don't care that much about loot alien movement speeds. And all these we're recycling. We're recycling that. I guess I'll take a bat. I'll take a metal detector. Second starfish, I'm going to recycle. Just don't really need that. Goblet's a pretty nice healing item. And then let's roll here. We'll take 5 melee damage and then 5 armor. A silver bullet I will take, and I'm going to sell out of this rock to pick up the Excalibur, taking a spicy sauce. I'll roll here. Ashes will cost me a bunch of armor, but it does give me a bunch of stats that we do want, so I think I'll buy that. And then a Cursed Corrupted Shard, still no good. We'll roll here again. All of these we have already. I don't believe I actually have a missile. Yeah, I didn't. And a bandana we don't have either, so I'll take that. Do another reroll. Tyler will grab. I think I have a dynamite. I decided to pick one up eventually. We have a pumpkin as well. Do I want a second pumpkin? So we have double pierce because I have sharp bullet and bandana. So I think actually a second pumpkin, even at the cost of 10% damage on my weapons, improves my turret so much that it's worth it. Take a head injury here and a reinforced steel as well. I'm watching that loot alien just get hauled across the map by my turrets because we have high knockback. The way that knockback works is it will move the enemy directly away from the player, no matter where the knockback originates from. So if you have turrets and high knockback, they're going to pull loot aliens away from you. You can see the turrets have just been like pushing it all the way over to here, which is just really funny. All right. I'm gonna run over there and put it out of its misery. Definitely need more engineering if I'm gonna rely on these turrets to clear everything. Okay. So I can get 200 armor, and that will reduce my range. But you know what? Let's get 204 armor. That's really funny. I'll take the honey here, and I guess I'll take the lighthouse. Eventually, the lighthouse won't pay off, but lighthouse and improved tools together, that's a nice find. And then we'll take 5 engineering here, buy all of these items. I don't have a toxic sludge, so I'll pick one up, because why not? And jetpack and grinds magical leaf. I guess I'll take the magical leaf, do a reroll. I'll buy the last coil. Our knockback is plus 35, so this is still very damage positive. And then we'll take a crystal, roll, see if I can get a cursed rock. A cursed spicy sauce I would take as well. So the Excalibur Axolotl combo worked out really well, because we reduced our damage, our armor, with the Excalibur, making it our lowest stat, so now we have 200 armor. How much damage do I take when I take a hit from something? See if I can even manage to. Yeah, 4. In Endless mode, taking 4 damage on wave 24 from an enemy attack is pretty impressive. Got so many turrets on the field. Oh, there's a loot alien. Let's go finish this guy off. They are so good at buffing the loot alien. Actually, I wonder if there is a targeting. I assumed that the buff was random, but maybe it targets the highest health unit on the field or something. So I guess let me know if you know that that's the case. We've done 233,000 damage with the turrets. Sure, I'll take a jelly, recycle that. I'm definitely not taking. 10% damage on heavy bullets just isn't worth it. Losing 12% damage for 10 attack speed with the coffee actually is worth it, so that's a duplicate item, but we're doing that on purpose again. And then we'll take a spicy sauce. Rock didn't get cursed. The crystal didn't get cursed either, but I'm gonna buy it. Hey, there's the pearl. That's what we were hoping for a while. I'll take a scar, I guess, because we don't have one yet, and I'll do some rolling. Another spyglass will... We still want a cursed one for endless mode, so I will lock the spyglass. Take a diploma and roll here, and roll again, and sure, another vigilante ring. I don't know when the next elite fight is. At this point, I think we've kind of gotten the idea of how the build is going to work. We're going to keep buying items, and we'll just... at a certain point, we'll stop worrying about duplicate items at all, because we'll have enough vigilante rings to just overcome the percent damage issues that the build has when you buy duplicate items. And because it's endless mode... Eventually, most items in the game stop mattering at all. You just need to buy tardigrades and explosion size and spicy sauce and stuff like that. And alien eyes. So you won't end up with that many duplicate items. I don't actually think we have a Cyclops worm. Yeah, we didn't. Incendiary turret, I'm going to recycle. Penguin I'll take. Eye patch, we don't really need. Again, I'm happy to buy the duplicate coffee there, and then get more crit chance, try to get to 100%, keep buying duplicate coffees. I'll take the sunglasses, again, costs me 10% damage, but crit chance is one of the ways we actually increase our damage output. Guess I can take a bait here, and then we'll roll, and then, sure, more explosion size, we'll take that. Do another reroll. I don't have a whetstone yet, so I'll buy one of those. Oh, actually, I guess that cost me a lot of damage because I have all those coils. So that was a bad pickup. That's okay, though. So definitely my damage is starting to fall behind a little bit. with this character, of course, or in endless mode, of course, you need to continuously increase your damage, which usually you're going to do by just buying like 100 vigilante rings and just have them constantly increase your percent damage. Getting a lot of curse, which is nice. And so many crates. Just ridiculous. Yeah, we'll take a giant belt. That's another very important endless mode item. I guess I'll take the spider. Gambling token. Sure, we're below dodge cap now, so I'll take that. Here, stone skin's another item that you'll usually buy. Go up to 350 max HP. I'll take another treasure map. And the cake, I guess we don't have one. Acid, we definitely don't want. Take some more regeneration, because why not? All right, there's our cursed spyglass, and I'll do some rerolls here. I'm going to sacrifice 10% damage for a baby elephant, because why not? Do a little bit more rerolling, and some more rerolling. Most of these are items that we have already. I'll take an alien magic, and I'll roll again. A cursed rock I'll definitely pick up. Pretty happy about that. And a bone dice costs 10% damage. Over the course of many rerolls, obviously, the bone dice will pay for itself pretty quickly. And another Excalibur. I could take another Excalibur. You know what? Let's go out in a blaze of glory. I'm going to stop after this wave anyways, because we've really gotten to the point where the run is just doing a lot of rerolls and looking for tardigrade, as happens in every endless mode run. So let's double Excalibur and kill these elites here. Do some rerolls. Ooh, Gatling laser. Unfortunately, would not be able to afford that, but that's another fun legendary weapon. Let's go to the next wave and kill these elites. The fun thing about the double Excalibur, too, is we're losing 36 armor from the two of them, and it just doesn't matter, because we axolotled up to 200 armor. The other thing, of course, is that this is not a great, like, super long game endless setup, because having the larger map and having Pocket Factory and everything will just lag your game out. Having this many constructs on the field will eventually cause the game to crash in endless mode. So if you wanted to go to wave like 1,000, this is not what I would recommend taking. Here we're just going to grab every item, lose all my percent damage, because that's just funny to me. And let's take a look at our items. So we've got a lot of, a couple duplicate items like the coffees and stuff that we did on purpose. One that I did by accident that I know of, which was the tree, but definitely let me know which other ones we did by accident. Obviously, getting these bags this early, so they gave us 4,000 materials, was ridiculous. Here, let's end the run so we can get the bigger screen. 1738 materials saved from the spyglass. 3720 from the bag. We've got 47 treasure map items, so definitely worth the percent damage we spent on that. 85k damage from baby elephant. Only 72 materials from piggy bank. I totally forgot we had this, to be honest, but it doesn't matter. You don't really need to play around the piggy bank that much, and it stops working at wave 20 anyways. Black flag gave us 1438 materials. The black flag definitely was a little questionable, but it's such a fun item. And mirror was maybe not the best pickup, because on the curious it's not great, but we mirrored double coil, so it actually ended up working out really well. Power generator was great. 825k damage from the Greek fire is fun. And then our vigilante rings gave us a bunch of damage output as well. What else? did we find here? Another coil or pearl, 50k damage from spicy sauce, and the giant's belt, even though we only got it right at the end, dealt 182,000 damage. Alright, my friends, hope you enjoyed that one where we just got infinite free items. Of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.